Hi, how's it going? Okay, there we go.
Do you have the armor I asked for?
I have your father's armor, Timotheus.
Yeah, I do. That was just in my pocket.
That's great news. Where did you find it?
I went to the merchant in town.
Man, now I want a Dishonored Corvo folding blade. That sounds cool.
That doesn't make any sense. My father wouldn't lie to me. What matters is you got the armor back. Thank you, Mistios.
Ow.
Truly.
You're welcome.
That's not supposed
now
to crack.
I just need an offering of oil for the ceremony.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It means a lot. I should go dress my father.
Ooh, that guy's kind of bouncy.
Mistios! Any news?
I took care of the bandits, Likinos.
I can breathe easier knowing my pater has been avenged. There's no chance those Malakas had any explanation for their heinous actions?
Your father had debts.
owed the bandit leader Ipatos quite a bit of rachmi.
What business could he have had with that scum? What matters is that they've paid for their crimes. Thank you, Cassandra.
Now you can focus on mourning.
I should probably let Timotheos know about this. If you're staying for the burial, I'm sure an offering of wine would mean a great deal to my pater.
Timotheus asked me to pick up oil as well. Where can I find the offerings?
He did? I mean, you should be able to find what we need at the dock.
Oh, is there something suspicious about him? That's usually how it goes in video games there. But yeah, the one guy just had the zoomies there. Okay, open your map. I figured that. Offerings are in Corintha. They are in the eastern part of the Cranion Plains. They are at the Sea Captain Dock. Okay, so go here. And that is this way. Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on when it comes to printing stuff. I'll keep on printing a whole bunch of cool things. And I am definitely looking forward to seeing what some of these new filaments are like. Is the case. Wow. Like, I'm still experimenting with a whole bunch of different things like this and still kind of learning 3D printing because it seems like it's one of those things where the skill ceiling is as high as you want it to be in terms of like customizing a printer and tuning it and working with different plastics and yada yada. I haven't learned a lot about plastic properties. Different materials and all that after working with this printer. And you know, when my cousin first gave me this printer that he built for me, like, he has 6 3D printers himself, and you go into his laundry room, and it's just racks and racks and racks everywhere, like, across this wall and this wall, like, this entire section, essentially, basically, like, half, so 2 of the walls out of the 4. I didn't know how to phrase that all that well, but obviously there's 4 walls to a room. 2 of those walls each have, like, 3 rows of filament, and they're just completely covered in all these rolls that he can just select from. And he has more boxes on the side on top of that to be able to select whatever filaments he wants there. Like, he goes crazy on it and does it as, like, a side business since he takes, like, commissions of people putting in requests like, hey, can you print this model for me? And he'll, like, print it out with the materials he has available and as per client's request. I don't know if he's still doing that or if he's taking a break from that, but I know he was for a decent while at least, and maybe still is. But anyway, I remember when he first gave me that printer, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool, but I don't think I'm ever going to get into it, like, this much. And he was telling me, yeah, I thought that at first, too. I was like, yeah, I'll just have, like, maybe a few colors around and, like, print some things sometimes just for fun, because it's kind of neat. Now, here I am with, you know, my bazillion boxes down there. And this little pile of 7 boxes that I just bought yesterday. More cool things for frag. I have a lot of plastic here. So, yeah. I'm just slowly turning into him in terms of printing. Ha 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 ha. This guy just not notice. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly develop into a 3D printing maniac here, is what's slowly happening. Like, I still feel like such a newbie so much of the time. But learning more every day, and why do you want to kill me? Well, I mean, oh. Well, I got my adrenaline back anyway there. So yeah. oftentimes when I have, like, a problem that I haven't encountered before, I still, like, go to my cousin for help. But when I encounter a problem that I have encountered before and have previously gone to him for help about before, then I'm usually able to solve it on my own. So, like, I'm getting more and more experienced over time, bit by bit. The season not in favor. Seek out a trident is the biggest one. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't actually need that. I just need this.
Could get the oil, or just head back to the burial.
Where would the oil be? I thought I already picked up 2 things here. Oh, no, I didn't. Other things over there. Whatever. So, yeah. There be that. Up this way we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go yoink this stuff without you noticing me at all. Was there another captive to free? Nope. It was just the 2 loot treasures is what was the twofer. So, yeah. So I'm running that machine a whole lot lately. Could be the case. Yoink. Oh, what? How did you know? Man, well, sorry, doggo. Whoa. Okay, let's just, like... Yeah, my damage is actually not always terrible. But with the whole upgrades I've gotten... My armor, why is there no music? I mean, it's not really armor upgrades, it's just the armor set. Upgrade my stats. Sometimes I speak before I think enough about it. Okay, well, please, do not, just for safety. And then the kick sound effect with the same buttons. Okay. Okay, and then say... And no sound effect that time, really? Where the heck? Is it just super delayed again? It's gonna play any second now, just you wait. Oh my god, if you kill me, I'm actually gonna be so mad. That would really suck. And that was actually kind of close. Okay, now grab this stupid thing. I can't jump this? Sucks to suck, man. You wanna be a friend? I have no idea what your stats are or anything, but like... Be a friend. The friendship kicked you. And we didn't get any sound effect at all. We got the sound effect on not kicking, and then didn't get the sound effect on kicking. You'll love to hear it. Well. Welp. That sucks. But yeah, I guess you can return without having both the things. I'll return with both the things. I'm not accepting that. I'm just tunnel visioning these blue quests. And getting them done. And not spending any more extra time on this playthrough. Because holy crap. Hi. How's it going?
How could you be so stupid? More bloodshed, Likinos.
Potter's death needed vengeance. I took care of it.
You took care of it? You really think you will end there?
Cassandra, you agree with me, right?
Not necessarily.
Timotheus is right. Provoking the bandits was short-sighted.
If I recall, you were less concerned when you were getting paid.
I was just doing the
Someone
quest
else's
objectives.
father probably just died because of you. Then it will be your head next.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
What? No. Why would you say that?
You've been nothing but cruel to me since I got here.
I'm sorry, Likinos. I just don't want to lose you too.
We only have each other now that Potter's gone.
We should proceed with the burial. Did you find an offering?
I brought both offerings.
I brought you both what you asked for.
Then thank you from both of us.
I can thank Cassandra myself.
I did what I could. I hope your father's journey across the Styx is peaceful.
Does this affect
Likinos,
much?
come. We must
Who I
prepare
say
the
is
altar.
right and who I say is wrong?
In a moment. I'd love to see you once more before you leave town. Please, find me after the ceremony.
But he doesn't seem to like me that much anymore.
See you around,
He had a
Dios.
very different tone there a second ago. He's not gonna try to stab me in the back or something, is he? So was this a quest that tied into the main story in some way? Maybe I should have been paying more attention in the beginning. Maybe it's just something that's, like, important for the world in general. Well, I completed Honoring the Dead, and there's a blue thing over there. He said to come see him one more time before leaving. It's just continuing to flirt there, yeah. It's never a bad time to simp, even if you were just pissed off at me a second ago, right? I assume this is that thing. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm planning on streaming. I can't stay up, like, all night or anything like that. I do want to take time tomorrow to actually go to the Humane Society and browse around seeing what doggos they have up for adoption and just see if anything seems like it might be a right fit. Like, I'm just continuing to browse around the doggy situation and all that. And then my family and I are gonna go watch Deadpool 3 tomorrow, is the case.
My dear Cassandra, I was hoping to have the chance to thank you for all you've done.
What did you have in mind?
Poet may be my day job, but there's more to me than that. I am also a very talented cook. Allow me to make you a fabulous meal.
Better not be poisoned, because you seemed kind of pissed off at me not that long ago.
Great. There's just one thing. I'll need a little help hunting down some ingredients. Literally.
You're treating me, you said?
After all we've been through together, surely you can agree that I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You're not a lover yet.
Huh? We'll see.
I hope so.
What do you need me to hunt?
This dish calls for venison. Any of the beasts wandering nearby should do. Meet me at the cliffs.
Do I have to actually take one of them out? Or can I just use things that have been in my inventory for the past 7 months? So, just go this way, I guess. And yeah, I got tickets already, because my family and I were talking about it, like, earlier today. About, like, oh, is there something that we should go do tomorrow? I love how I read Azur Samurot's ugh, like, as part of that sentence. But what's the ugh about there? Anyway, so we ended up chatting about that, and we're like, yeah, sure, let's just end up getting some tickets. And so we ended up doing that and actually got not half bad places. But yeah, it's earlier in the day rather than the afternoon, because you go, like, in the afternoon or evening, and it's, well, I guess it is the afternoon, but it's not the evening, because you go in the evening and it's, like, already sold out. But the stuff for the afternoon is not too half bad. But yeah. And I'm looking for a doggy that's gonna be able to get along with other dogs, not have a strong prey drive. Because don't want a doggy to go see, like, a rabbit and then just disappear out the lake. Or us need to supervise and keep a super close eye on them if they're near other doggies, because there's a lot of other doggies at the lake, so definitely want that. But definitely like a cuddly dog, for sure. That would be nice, because Jesse despised cuddling. So it might be nice to have a cuddly doggy this time. But yeah, the quest going on. Yeah, that is a serious ugh. I want to do these. Like, I've done all the main story stuff in this game at this point. Now it's basically just DLC. So there's the 2 DLC expansions of Legacy of the First Blade that I'll do at Fragapalooza, and then the later one is Fate of Atlantis, I think it's called? I don't remember. I have them in my menu here as add-on quests. Yeah, the Fate of Atlantis. This is just called Hunted. Those are the 2 DLC ones that I still want to do as part of this series. The reason why I'm doing other things is because these blue quests that are under the Lost Tales of Greece are apparently free DLCs that were added later, so they are technically still DLC content, but like side mission DLC content. And looking it up online, the interwebs is like, oh, these quests that they added are actually like some of the best in the game and super meaningful, and a lot of them tie into the main story in some ways, so they're basically like unofficial main game content, or main story content, you could say, is why I saw some sites were saying. I was like, okay, I guess I'll do that as part of my playthrough. But this just feels kind of like a random side quest right now. It doesn't actually feel all that important. I know I'm not exactly paying 100% attention to it or anything like that. I'm rambling here as it goes on. But I'm starting to have my doubts about how important it is. And if, like, things keep on not feeling that important, then I might just be like, yeah, never mind. I'll just do, like, the actual Season Pass DLC stuff and maybe not this. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling here. Like, the first one in the blue quest that I did was actually really connected to the main story. With one of the main characters there. But this one feels not so much. But yeah. Make sure the dog is not super territorial and loyal to just one person, so no pit bull. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting a pit bull, and we wouldn't want that kind of personality either. And the doggy that we had briefly here was like very sweet and like very cuddly and affectionate, but was very territorial here and would get along with other dogs if it was like a territory that was like a shared area. But if it was, yeah, that's what the eagle does. That's how it works in nature, don't you know? It does 40,000 damage, which is more damage than I think I've ever dealt in this game. But yeah, and we just didn't really want that, considering the lake cabin and how that would cause a lot of problems out there. So we figured that doggy probably wasn't a good fit. Like, there's 17k that I just did.
This should be plenty of meat for
It's actually more than I thought I'd do. But yeah, the burb does 40k. So yeah, we'll keep on browsing around. One of the rescue societies that I was chatting to was saying like, oh, like if you're looking for those kinds of specific traits, then maybe it would be better to look into a puppy rather than a doggy that's like already had some of these things ingrained, like the doggy that was staying here briefly that we were trying out. And then you can kind of train in those kinds of behaviors from a young age. And it's honestly not a bad idea. So, like, if we can find a rescue doggy with, like, the personality traits that match our lifestyle and would be a good fit for us, and therefore a good fit for the dog as well, then, like, I could see myself getting a rescue that, like, is already, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever years old. But otherwise might just end up getting, like, some sort of a rescue pup or something like that. And, that would mean a lot more work in terms of, like, training from a young age and all that. But being able to get the pup kind of used to the lifestyle around here from a young age. So I don't know what we're gonna do. So I'm still browsing around and keeping an eye out and weighing some options and stuff like that. But yeah, and yeah, maybe the goat just wasn't the goat. Maybe that's the case. Watch this guy try to stab me in the back. He's cooking all the way up here on this cliff. He's gonna try and kick me off or something.
Beautiful.
Turn off camera.
It certainly
Man, it
is.
lags so much. I hit my
Did you
hotkey to
manage
turn it
hunt
off. There
our
it goes.
food?
Here's the meat.
Perfect. I'll get started. Please, make yourself comfortable.
This better have like some crazy twist to keep me engaged. Or else what's the point of this being like added on as a free
That
DLC
was
later?
delicious.
Unless it's
I
just
told
like an
you I could
additional
cook.
romance option
Was the
because
food worth it?
it seems to... It was worth it. The hunt was hardly a challenge. This guy was all that pissed off at me not all that long ago where he's like, oh, you weren't complaining when I was paying you to do it. Like, how dare you criticize me, is what his tone basically was. So I'm not all that into this guy, so I'm just gonna say the hunt was hardly a challenge.
I wish I had your skill and confidence.
So I'm not into this dude.
Fighter or not, I'm sure it takes a lot to be a renowned poet.
Because he was kind of being a dick not that long ago.
May have exaggerated my accomplishments as a poet a bit earlier. The truth is, I'm not just home for a visit. I ran out of drachmi in Athens.
Why lie to your brother about this, or to me?
Timotheus has always been my father's son, in every way. They both fought for Athens, they both worked in the family business. Timotheus' path was never for me, so I left for Athens to strike out on my own.
You're afraid of what he'll think.
He'll say it was irresponsible of me to leave in the first place. And he's right. I don't have any drachmi, or means to earn it.
Should you go the route of Arvin? Or, I don't know, something that's not anything that I can reference in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I don't know, sure.
You're an amazing
Be Arvin.
cook, Likinos. If you're looking for a way to make a living, you should start there.
I guess everyone needs to eat. Besides, any skill that impresses you is worth pursuing.
Some of the
You never
lip
answered
movement when
my
people
question,
talk
though.
is weird in this
Why
game.
lie to me about your career?
Isn't it obvious? I didn't want to appear a failure to you. From the moment I met you, I knew you were amazing.
Well, it sure didn't seem like that when you were being a dick like 20 minutes ago. I am amazing.
You've barely seen what I'm capable of. I've faced trials you wouldn't believe.
Still, you saved my life,
I'm
Cassandra.
not romancing
I'll
this
never
dude.
forget that.
Well, I'm glad I did. This has been nice, Likinos.
It really has.
Shouldn't have been a dick. Whoa. Why am I switched to my axe now? Why am I suddenly doing dad axe? Career orientation. Yeah, so it was a romance option. Definitely asking for a date. Luckily, I wasn't locked into a romance path. I could just avoid it. Okay. Well, neat. Okay, so... And I can talk to that guy, too. Who is out here. It's this one. Legitimate olive oil business. Let's travel to the ship dock. Well, yeah, he's just gone. He's just gone, so probably never to be seen again. Okay.